All right, so let's dive in today. We're talking Walmart.
Walmart.
You know that logo? We all know that logo, but they just redesigned it. And we're going to unpack it all. And we're going off of this CNN article from January 13th, 2025. And it's not just about like, oh, they changed the font.
Right.
This gets into like their whole strategy, you know?
Yeah, logo redesign. Like,
Yeah.
what does it really tell us about the company, where they're headed, what they're thinking? It's kind of fascinating.
It is. And, you know, we see this logo all the time. And so when it changes, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, what's going on?
Totally.
So first of all, what did they even change?
Well, you know, at a glance, it might sound pretty subtle.
Okay.
But, you know, the article points out, like, the font's bolder now, the blue's a little bit darker. And then, you know, thankfully, they kept that bright yellow spark that we all, I think, recognize.
Yeah, they held on to that. But, like, I feel like there's got to be more to it. Like, why these choices?
Yeah, you're totally right. There is. This bolder font is actually a really smart kind of nod to the past.
Oh, okay.
Walmart used a similar typeface way back in the 80s and 90s.
Interesting. So it's like a retro vibe.
Yeah.
But why? Like, why would they go back?
Right. Well, you know, this kind of throwback design actually taps into something pretty powerful. Nostalgia. You know, studies show that nostalgia can like evoke a sense of comfort and connection, and it can even increase brand loyalty.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it's like they're saying, remember the good old days.
Yeah.
We're still that same Walmart, you know?
Reliable Walmart.
Exactly.
So it's not just like, oh, it looks kind of cool.
No.
It's like, oh, they're trying to like tug on our heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah, it's about triggering that emotional response.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's really smart.
And it gets even more interesting.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know that detail about the font being inspired by Sam Walton's old trucker hat?
Oh, wait, really? Sam Walton's hat? I got to know more about that.
Right. It's like a secret little message,
Yeah,
right? Embedded in the design.
Totally.
By, you know, connecting the new logo to the founder himself, it's like they're really emphasizing their roots, their heritage, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't forgotten where we came from, and, you know, we're still guided by those same values. Hard work, customer focus.
Yeah, and I think people, when they think of Walmart, that's one of the first things they think about, you know?
Yeah.
Like really good prices, but like that classic American, like hard work, bootstrap mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a
Right.
subtle but really powerful way to like reinforce that brand identity.
Totally.
You know, and this isn't their first time at the rodeo.
Right.
You know, the article reminds us, like, they redesigned the logo back in 2008.
Yeah.
You know, and that was during a period of like slumping sales.
Oh, that's right.
So I think that context is crucial. You know,
Yeah.
This new redesign, it comes at a time when they're actually doing really well.
Really well.
Yeah. Like their sales are up, their profits are up, they're attracting a wider customer base, including, you know, higher income shoppers.
Wait, hiring. Okay. See, now that is interesting to me.
Right.
Because I don't think of like the typical, you know, like, I don't know, someone who's like super wealthy. Like, I don't picture them like rolling up to Walmart.
Right.
So what changed? Like, how is that happening?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
You know, but I think, you know, this logo redesign combined with the fact that they're doing so well,
Yeah.
maybe it's a sign of confidence. Like they're signaling that they're evolving, they're innovating, they're trying to appeal to, you know, a broader demographic.
So it's like almost like they're saying we're not just for bargain hunters anymore.
Exactly.
But wait, can they pull that off? Like, can they be like the, you know, appeal to the budget conscious and then also like be aspirational at the same time?
That is the challenge. And I think, you know, the article kind of hints at how they're approaching this. It mentions that they're also like
Oh, interesting. Okay.
like physically.
Okay.
Yeah. So it seems like they're going for a more like modern experiential retail environment.
So that's like what, like brighter lighting, cleaner layouts, like maybe even interactive displays.
Exactly. Think of like, you know, you walk into a store
Right.
and it's all like dingy and the aisles are cluttered.
Yeah.
They're trying to get away from that.
But can they really compete with like a Target, which is known for being like kind of like cool and having like nice stuff?
That's a great question. I mean, they certainly have like the resources and the scale to try.
They do. Yeah.
The real test is going to be in the execution.
Yeah.
Can they actually deliver on this like promise of a better shopping experience
Yeah.
while still maintaining like their edge on price?
Right. Because that's the thing, right?
Right.
Like we go to Walmart because we know it's going to be cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. So we're going to explore all that next, like what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
But let's like recap for a sec.
Okay, yeah, let's take a step back.
we've seen that this, like, Walmart's new logo, it's not just like a, like a random design change. It's
Right.
like they've thought about this, it reflects their history, but it also reflects where they want to go, like getting those higher income shoppers.
Yeah. And it really raises an interesting question, like, can a legacy brand like Walmart, in a world where retail's changing so fast, can they actually pull this off?
Yeah.
Can they stay true to those roots as, like, the value retailer, but also appeal to, like, a more discerning, affluent customer?
So that's the real deep dive, isn't it?
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're doing. We're going to figure that out.
It's wild. Like, when you think about it, Walmart's, like, so deeply ingrained in American culture. Like, everyone, for so many people, it's, it's childhood shopping trips, it's back to school supplies, it's those, like, late night runs for snacks.
It's like, it's more than just a store, right?
Yeah.
It's like almost like an institution, like, for better or worse. Like, you think of America, you think of Walmart.
Yeah, you're right. It's like a symbol of Americana, like, in a way.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really powerful asset when it comes to branding, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, by tapping into these, shared experiences, these positive associations, even if it's subtle, like through a logo, they're strengthening that bond, that emotional connection.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're saying, like, remember those good times, we're still here for you.
Yeah.
It's like comfort food,
It's true. It's true. But they're also trying to get a new generation, right? Like,
Yeah.
the ones who, like, maybe don't have those warm, fuzzy feelings.
Right. That's the tricky part, right? How do you appeal to, like, a younger, maybe more discerning customer without, alienating your core customer base?
Yeah. The people who, like, love those rollbacks.
Exactly.
And that's where I guess, like, these store makeovers, do they come in? The article mentioned that, that's happening too, alongside this logo. Is there a connection?
Yeah, I think it's all part of a larger strategy.
Okay.
It suggests, I think, like, a move towards a more modern, experiential, like, retail environment.
So they're going for the, like, the brighter lighting, the cleaner layouts, like maybe even some, like, interactive displays, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to, like, compete with the Targets and Whole Foods.
That's precisely. Like, it's about creating a more, like, curated, upscale feel, maybe even incorporating elements of, like, sustainability, community engagement.
Wow.
It's interesting.
That's a big shift, right, for a company that, like, really was all about, like, we have the lowest prices.
Yeah, right. They built their empire on being the low-cost leader.
Yeah.
Right.
So can they really pull this off, though? Like, can you be everything to everyone? Like, budget conscious and then also, like, this aspirational, like, we're fancy now, too.
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a delicate dance, right?
Right.
They can't completely abandon, their roots, like being that discount retailer. That's what got them here.
Right.
But they also can't afford to just stay the same, right? Like, the retail landscape's changing so fast.
It's so true. And then there's, we're not even talking about, like, the online stuff, like, how do they, like, compete with Amazon when, we're talking about their stores.
Yeah.
So it's like they're fighting a war on two fronts almost.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, appealing to those people who want to go in person, and also, like, the people who are like, I'm just going to click, buy, done.
Yeah, they need to offer that convenience factor that, like, online shoppers demand these days, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're juggling, like you said, a war on all these different fronts.
Yeah.
It's a huge undertaking, and it's definitely not going to be easy.
No. Do you think they have a chance?
Well, if anyone can do it, I think Walmart probably can. They have the scale, the resources, the name recognition, to compete on multiple levels.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be really interesting to see how they navigate, like, this new retail landscape.
Yeah, it's fascinating. So this whole conversation's got me thinking, like, what does all this mean for the future of Walmart? Like, this logo change, the store makeovers, like, what's the big picture here?
To me, it says that they're aware that they need to change, like, they're not just sitting back and being like, oh, we're Walmart, we're good.
Yeah, we're Walmart.
But whether they can actually, like, balance their legacy with this need to innovate, that's the big question.
That's the question. I guess so, like, time will tell, right?
I guess so.
But what do you think? Like, listener, what do you think? Like, what does this logo change say to you about the future of Walmart? We'd love to know.
Yeah, it's wild to think, like, how's this all going to play out? Retail is so competitive, like, keeping people coming back, that's tough.
It is. It really is. And, we keep dancing around it, but online shopping, that's the big one.
Yeah, the elephant in the room.
Exactly. So, they're doing these store makeovers, but so much shopping is online.
It's almost like they want to do both, Like, get those in-person shoppers, but then also, like, all the people on their phones, like, just buying stuff from the couch.
Right. It's a tough balance. They're giving the stores a facelift, but they also got to keep investing in that online platform, like delivery, all that stuff.
People expect it now.
Totally. Like, it's got to be seamless.
But can they, like a brand like this, they're so known for those big stores.
Yeah.
Can they really go digital all the way? Like, be the next Amazon?
That's the question, right? I think maybe the answer is, like, they got to blend it somehow. Okay.
Like, what if they had online deals you only get there? Or suggestions based on what you've bought before.
Personalized.
Or even, like, imagine a virtual shopping thing, but it feels like you're in the aisles.
So, like, the best of both.
Exactly. Like, you got the store network, but use it for online orders, too. Like, same-day delivery, picking stuff up yourself.
That's something Amazon can't do.
Right. It's a bold move.
But if it works...
Could be a total game changer. And, I think this logo, this whole rebrand, it's showing they're thinking big.
Not just keeping up.
No, they want to be the ones ahead of the game.
So, wow, we covered a lot, huh? From, like, tiny details on the logo to, like, the future of retail.
It's crazy how much one little change can spark this whole conversation.
It really is. Like, there's always more to the story.
Always. Even with something we see every day, like that Walmart logo. It tells us about where the company's been, where it's struggling, where it's headed.
It's like a little sneak peek behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So next time you see that new logo, think about all this. It's not just a design, it's a whole story. A company trying to change, trying to figure out this crazy world of retail.
And we want to hear from you. What do you think? Is Walmart doing the right thing? Can they be the old Walmart A&D the new? Share your thoughts. And until next time, keep diving deep.